What is going on, everybody? It is your observant lineman here, Uche Waneri. Welcome to Lineman Life Live. It is Wednesday, Tier Maker Day. We're going to be making our predictions for Week 4 in the NFL. Got my boys here, FivePoint, Vids, and Urinating Tree. What's going on, fellas? Tree's got the new camera set up.
I've moved it from over here to up here. I'm probably going to tweak it just a touch, but it's getting there.
It's looking smooth too. No longer baked potato.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have the earthquake now. That was the big reason why I got it, is because it always vibrated and it was annoying to the viewer.
Moving on up. Oh, the beans don't burn on the grill.
Well, you know what? Hey,
1080p on us.
I might as well invest in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into 1080p. I like it. Sports Ball just dropped. That's obviously his weekly big video. Everybody's waiting on that one.
Didn't have to release it at 11:59 p.m. at night.
That was 5 points. You got. I know you're dropping your. You got your football history videos every week coming out, or breaking down the week's work as well.
I actually
what you got coming up.
I just did a video on Camden Yards that's eating right now. You never know with
is that the one with the Mets like hitting charts, just where it's got the lines and stuff?
Yeah, stat nerds. Like, I don't know. I've never known how many stat nerds in the world exist until you get on YouTube. But YouTube is so amazing in the fact that sometimes you get real nervous about a video. You're like, I don't think this is going to do well, and it does great. And then you're like, I got a video that's a banger, and it just flops, and you just never know. You never know. But I think I'm learning more about the platform every time I upload, so it's getting better for sure.
Yeah. I think mainly the upload consistency is what maybe pushes the algorithm, because I kind of went through that stage where I was like, why am I spending 6-7 hours on a video and then I drop it and it don't get no views? But then I do one in 4 or 5 minutes, just random reaction, and boom,
that just pops easily. That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
It is
you have
annoying.
to intersect work, effort, and what will get the views, and production. Like, all of that needs to be like a triangle, and then consistency. It is an art form for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, let's get into it. We're going to start off we're going to make our predictions and put them in the tier maker as we go. You guys know how this thing rolls. We got different categories for different franchise situations, shall we say?
Yeah.
So some teams may be higher than others, some may be lower.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe the Giants. We have a situation.
A little more than a situation, dude.
Yeah. Joe Judge says analytics are just a tool, and I'm just like, well, it looks like we have a tool running our fucking franchise.
Oh, if you can win games on Excel, Bill Gates would make a fortune. Yes. He'd be a big winner. Guess what? I bet you any money Microsoft has an agreement with the NFL, so technically Bill Gates has more wins than Joe Judge this year.
I'd take an Excel spreadsheet right now, calling our offense for sure.
Yeah. Time Joe Judge will be running an Excel spreadsheet in his next job.
Yeah.
Him and Nagy.
Yeah.
They're both cheating off each other.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get started with this. This is the tier maker. Everybody who's been here on the stream before knows. We're going to set them up basically in these different categories, from worst at the bottom to best at top. Now, our first matchup here on the list of games, we got my Jaguars.
Oh boy.
At Cincinnati. Cincinnati's minus 335 on this one. Jacksonville plus 260.
Yeah.
I guess we all kind of know where Jacksonville falls in this.
Oh, yeah. There might even more than spare some change.
Yeah,
spare some change, Governor. This would be some NFL shit. You know how the NFL works, though. Like, when you're just completely have a slam dunk matchup, the shitty team always goes out and wins for some reason, because
just for that one game.
Yeah, because they're mad at practice, or we're tired of being called shit, and they go out and win one game, and then they go back to being suck ass. That's why you can never predict.
Since he's going to have some
situation
issues
is
too.
a little bit different though. A Jag situation, they just traded CJ Henderson. I think that was a terrible move to make. They're not really making good decisions out there. So this defense, which was already 31st, is just going to crater through the basement floor. You know, with another loss of a player who had some talent, just didn't really, they just didn't really optimize his abilities. I mean, it's Jacksonville. What do you expect?
How mad would you be though if you laid 335 on Jacksonville and they freaking lost, or they go out and win? I mean, I'm sorry. Or you on the Bengals, you go out and lay 330. Is that the money line on the Bengals? 330.
335.
Yeah, and they go out and freaking lose. Nah, I think that's a bet worth taking.
No. Yeah, that's definitely a bet worth taking. Bengals at home against Jacksonville. I mean, hasn't shown. I mean, they ran a flea flicker inside their own 30. I mean, what are we expecting here? We're not expecting freaking.
I want to see a quad option. I want to see a quad option in their own end zone. That's what I want to see.
You know it's coming.
Then it gets blown up in the corner of the end zone. Like I want to see a wide
the running back pass, the halfback pass.
I want to see a wide receiver with the ball get tackled on the back pylon, and then you'll know that the Jaguars have arrived.
Right. Damn right. So where are we putting Cincinnati in this? I'm thinking. I mean, they're don't give me hope.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely don't give me hope right now.
You know, things are gonna. You're expecting things to collapse before too long. Before too long, they're gonna start giving it up. But next up, we got this one. It was a disgusting matchup before. It's even more disgusting now after last week. We got Washington at Atlanta. Dirty Birds. Washington's defense just straight shit down their legs.
They fell off.
Well, I mean, they were playing against Buffalo, but still, they didn't look like the defense that we saw last season at all.
Especially that front four.
Front four wasn't getting any pressure. They looked tired halfway through the game. They were -4 on fantasy for me, so I got an issue with that. That's got to be remedied.
Yeah, I'm still pissed off. I drafted them. I took them as the first defense in the draft, thinking, "Oh, let me get this steal here." I got Chase Young and the other dude. I think this is a get-right game, though, for Washington. They're certainly better than the Giants. They're certainly a better team than the Giants. And I think last week the Falcons just had a dream matchup. I think they still trash. So you're going to see Washington pull this one out, even though they are in the don't. I'd say Washington's don't give me hope.
For now. One win, they'll probably go to fight for it.
Yeah, they're about to get into – yeah, they'll go up or down based on this game. And the Falcons are still
some change. They're definitely some change.
Governor.
They did beat the Giants, but it is the Giants. So.
They beat the Giants, but that just put them in the middle of spare some change. Just from the bottom to the middle. That wasn't really saying much.
Yeah, beating the Giants is like beating up a midget or something, Like, you're not proud of that, He was trying to rob me, and you're just like, oh. Okay.
All right, next up we got, and this one is this is crazy. The money line on this one. You got the Texans at Buffalo. Buffalo is minus 1125.
1124. That's probably one of the biggest spreads I've seen in a long time.
I've never seen a money line over a G. Holy shit.
Holy shit. So
you bet 10 G's to win a G.
Yeah.
Wow.
If they win, if they lose, you're down 10 G's. And
Well,
that
whomever took the bet,
saying, don't bet this game, or
don't bet this game.
Yeah,
because I mean, could Houston go into Buffalo and win? Highly unlikely. But I mean,
not after what Buffalo did to Washington.
But stranger things have happened.
I don't see it. Davis Mills.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
I don't see them going into Buffalo at all and competing there. They're plus 700 though. So
if Davis Mills chokes, that means he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Fucking
if that.
His neck is like this long. Look at it. Look. Here, this is my Davis Mills impression. The thing about his neck, too, that's amazing. Not only is it a long neck, it's thick as shit, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a Takeo Spikes neck, like Takeo.
Yeah.
Takeo has it's not long, but it's just the thickest.
It's like thick
I've ever seen. Yeah,
thick and just
just looking
Olympian.
at him scares me. I'm just like, that dude is big. Holy crap. He could just flex his neck muscles and I would just go down. I'd be like, fuck.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Takeo. Takeo's the homie. He's cool, but that dude's neck is otherworldly. I've never seen a neck that big.
Got a big neck, man.
Never seen a neck that big. So obviously, I mean, I think Buffalo at this point, Buffalo has proven that they are for real.
Oh, you putting them in the bad guys.
I think they're in the bad guys.
Ooh.
Because look, they started off. They had a bumpy start, but they came back and they started tagging the shit out of people. So
yeah. They should have beat the Steelers. That was just a weird game.
They needed that game though, especially.
That was a wake up call.
They came in overconfident. They needed to be humbled, and that's how it happened. That's usually how it goes. The same thing happened with Green Bay. So that's how I'm gauging it.
That happened to Tampa last year. There's always a humble game, right? For the eventual champion.
The NFL will humble you in the weirdest ways.
I think
the team that really doesn't even match up with you.
Yeah, the Chiefs did it the year they won the Super Bowl. I think the Raiders beat them, and they were like, we need to do things different here. We need
to try harder.
Yeah. All right.
So,
I
think
they're the bad guys. Yeah, for sure. They're getting favored by 1,000. Vegas knows something, right? They
know.
Yeah, they're not like, okay, you can bet 500 on them. They're like, nah, jack it up to 1,000 because the Texans suck. Some change, governor.
Jack it up to 1,100.
Suck, dude. That's insulting to the word suck.
Free money.
Bad, dude. They're bad.
Yeah, Texans are. They're. We might have to make a new category for worse
Texans,
than
Easterby level suck, right? Golly.
Easterby's Kool-Aid.
Yep.
I have to think of something to do with that. All right, next one. I think this one is actually interesting. You got Detroit at Chicago. Chicago's minus 140. I'm surprised that they're favored with the way that offense looked last week. I mean, Detroit played a solid game against. I mean, they outplayed Baltimore for the majority of that game.
They did.
So that's weird to me that this would actually play out with Chicago being a favorite. They have not shown that they have the capability of doing.
That's a value bet right there, buddy.
My question is, Detroit, who starts for Chicago? Because Nagy said all three's available. I don't know if he starts Fields.
If they're available, that means they're running the same offense this week.
That's true. The thing is with Fields, you can't take him out after that. He'll be destroyed after.
No, he will be. Yeah, that's a trauma. That's trauma.
Yeah, you gotta let him get right against Detroit. Now, if he loses against Detroit, then but you got to give him a fair chance. That was just an awful matchup.
That was a fucking joke.
That was brutal.
Career.
I wouldn't have even started him then. I would have started Foles, but whatever.
I think that's a big time value bet though on Detroit because they're gonna come out angry. They're gonna be like, we should have won that fucking game. They're gonna be ready.
Yeah. This one. I think Detroit pulls this one for sure. But I also put Detroit in. Don't give me hope because when they get this win, people are gonna feel a certain way if they get this win. But don't be fooled. Y'all are still way off. Y'all are still way off. Way off. Chicago. I mean. Damn, I kind of feel like this is where y'all are right now.
Yeah, after that performance, they were out. They were literally out on the street begging. They were
for real, begging for
y'all
change.
Trying to pay for these medical bills or some shit. We're just fucking, especially the offensive line.
Some change. Me mom has a bad sickness.
Yeah, I haven't seen someone take a beating like that since Lennox Lewis and one of Mike Tyson's last fights. Lennox Lewis was like, bam.
Shit, that was
sad.
I'm going to be doing my O-line breakdown on that game on those sacks. I might have to do it in two parts because 9 sacks, breaking down 9 plays of sacks. That's going to take a minute.
That reminds me of that Giants game when the Giants sacked Donovan McNabb 9 times, I think, or was it 11 times one time? and that was 2008 because they had Justin Tuck, they had OC, Umanura, they had Strahan out there, and then they had Matthias Kiwanuka. Like they were just coming all game. Like that was one of my favorite games to watch. It was just beautiful. It was beautiful,
man. All right, so we got that. Next up, this one is interesting. I mean, this is going to tell us a lot about at least one of these teams. Carolina at Dallas. Dallas is minus 200. Carolina plus 170. I think this is a closer game.
No,
I think this is a close game first half. I think this is a first half game. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out at halftime.
I think this is like a Kodak game because Carolina's about to get exposed right here. Ooh, check it out. Boo on the metaphor. No, I think Dallas is hot. Dak is throwing rockets out of his arm. He's feeling it, and I think Carolina hasn't really been tested. I think Dallas just walks all over this team. That's a value bet right there for Dallas.
Ooh.
And put Dallas in.
It's hard for me to really disagree with that.
Yeah, and really Dallas unfortunately is going up in the it's my turn. Like they're feeling that way, and I'm not liking it at all. Not liking it. No, sir.
It looks like they got some good momentum. They're figuring out some things.
Yeah, and Carolina, they need to fight for the right for me. Is what I'm feeling there.
I think that's accurate too. If they can get, I think they're kind of going into the meat of their schedule now, like with some, they're going to have some difficult squads. So if they can pull off, if they can win three quarters of the games, then they're legit. They're full time legit.
Yeah, if they win on Sunday, man, then people are talking about them for making a run because then they're 4-0, and they beat what we're perceiving to be at least the best team in the NFC East.
Yeah. I mean that NFC East.
That'd be a nice box to check, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, I'm skeptical. That's not something I wouldn't bet against the Cowboys on that one. We got a $5 super chat here from the Greg. The Greg says, "Hey, Hoodie, open up for a huge slice of humble pie Sunday. Go Pats, except this Sunday. Turn of the GOAT, Fire Chip Kelly."
Kelly's still coaching at UCLA.
He is, and they're not. And it's just getting worse and worse out there.
Yeah,
trash. Yeah,
that
trash.
NIL, man.
Chip Kelly was just he was the shiny new toy when he came into the NFL from running that Oregon offense,
from running away from Oregon.
From running away from Oregon, and he got to the NFL and it broke him. It broke the man.
Yeah.
Now he can't do shit. He's just garbage. Has been washed. Appreciate that super chat there. We got Mexican Iron Man for $9.99. Mexican Iron Man says, "Hail, brother Uche, can we get week predictions for the number of flea flicker disasters?" Kidding. The show is fantastic. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, flea flicker is like officially my most hated play in the world now. Thank you, Jaguars. Thank you very much. You made me hate.
As a lineman though, when you ran the flea flicker, is it any different? All you have to do is or do you have to sell anything?
Dude, I ain't never ran a flea flicker. I don't know.
Flea flicker, jeez.
I don't know how you're supposed to. I mean, I'm assuming a flea flicker would be like a play action inside zone, but still, you probably have to give a little bit more ground because there's two actions going on, and the defense is going to react. So there's got to be you got to have an extra blocker on the backside, and you're going to have to seal the front side, which is a hard thing to do when the defense
y'all even
actually processes what's going on. Like they're going to fire through gaps.
Did y'all practice flea flickers?
No.
Okay. So
that's got to be a gimmick play.
Let me reset this, right? You're a 7-year NFL vet. You've never run a flea flicker. You never practiced a flea flicker. And the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars are doing it with a rookie in his fucking third start.
I don't even think we had a flea flicker in our playbook. Because why would you do that?
Too many moving
somebody
parts.
Gets a little penetrate. Yeah, there's too many things that can go wrong. The running back has to actually fake like he's going to run the ball. Well, what if there's penetration on the front side?
But you've got to have a real specific look, right, for that to work.
You've got to get the right look. You've got to get the right look. You've got to be in the right kind of position where your play calling is going to be less predictable. Like, okay, and then on top of that, you have to be like on their side of the field. If anything's going to go wrong, you don't want to be like right by your end zone.
Right.
Like you do it at your 25-yard line. They did it at the 25-yard line. Their 25-yard line, and they were winning the game. What do you need to do this for? Run the ball. Work on some actual football plays.
And it's not like Arizona has a terrible overcommitting defense or have safeties that bite on every fucking fake.
Well, look, the Buda Baker bit. He bit hard, and DJ Chark ran right by him. But that's kind of beside the point because that play is going to take so long to develop. There literally has to be perfect protection. Quarterback has to have enough space to actually step up and throw it. Like he caught the ball and he already had two people in his face, and you have to. And he jumped off that back foot like it was nailed it. Like he hit that thing on the money and just launched it. And you just see red streak coming to the frame, just full speed. He didn't even have to break his stride. He just grabbed it.
It's just amazing though how. Even when these young players get to the NFL, their bodies have been conditioned to do stupid shit like that, and they've got to uncondition them.
Oh, yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence has a lot of unconditioning to be done.
He does. He forces balls just instinctually. No. Just trust his arm. I mean, I don't even know if it's a
St. Clemson. Yeah, it's just being on Clemson and being in that elite offense. Well, here's the problem. Like, you're not just playing Ohio State, Alabama. Every team is Ohio State. Every team is Alabama. Every team is
times 10.
All those summits. Yeah, the best of the best of the best of college. That's who you're facing now.
Yeah,
and it's it shows like situational football would tell you. I mean, these things are literally like this is like there's like a Bible to this on like football. Situational awareness. On your side of the field, when you have the win, you don't take a risk of running a gadget play, especially not one that involves like throwing the ball around before you actually run it. If you're going to do anything, you're going to do like a motion reverse where you just hand it off, quick handoff on the reverse, or like I mean, you wouldn't even do a double reverse. You just do one way so you can just get up the field. But even then, you're not doing it inside your 25-yard line. You're doing that like near midfield or on their side of the field where, if something goes wrong, okay, you might lose maybe 10 yards or something, or you might throw a pick but you have a chance to chase somebody down instead of him just jogging 20 yards into the end zone.
Right. Jogging.
So, I mean, it just didn't make sense that they did that in any way. There was no reason to run that play at all. There was just no reason. It didn't make any sense. Yeah. But anyways, let's move on. We weren't even talking about the Jaguars, and we start talking about the damn Jaguars. So next game up, we got the Colts at Miami. Miami's minus 135 on this one. I mean, I ride with Miami on this. The Colts are they have too many holes everywhere. They're just not. It's not working.
Miami, they need to get right because if Tua is not gonna play good football. They need to do something. That's a number 2.
Tua's out for a couple picks, man.
I'm just saying that like, dude, they got to right the ship. Miami was talking Super Bowl, and they
thought they would have made
playoffs. Nobody listened when they said that. They said that, and everybody turned and looked at them like, okay.
I had playoffs, not
Miami.
Super Bowl.
Jesus. Yeah, well, playoffs. They were thinking deep run at least, and if they're not going to be able to beat the Colts, then they're in a world of hurt because the Colts are looking baji. As
they're not.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm almost starting to put them in spare some change.
The Colts, they're on the bottom. They're close.
Yeah, yeah, they're about as good as Jim Irsay's music.
Here's their schedule coming up. They play the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Texans. That's probably a win. 49ers, Titans again, and then the Jets. There's a chance they could go into the bye 2-7.
Those are New York Giants type numbers there, buddy.
Exactly. You're lucky you're playing the Texans and the Jets. And if you lose to one of those teams, you're done. Get out.
Yeah, if you lose to one of those teams, just start planning for draft
Giants
picks.
are already in the meeting.
Might as well put Carson Wentz on IR so he does not trigger that conditional pick.
All right. Well, what are you gonna do with them Colts?
Ooh, I think Colts are gonna be Colts. I'll give them one this week.
One more week.
One more week.
Bold.
Don't give me hope. Damn it! Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Miami. I'm gonna put them. Actually, I'm gonna put them in the same boat.
Put them in the same. Yeah.
Because they're not. They haven't really fought for their right. Like they just kind of been. They've been sputtering along. All right. Next up, we got Cleveland at Minnesota. Cleveland's minus 130. Minnesota, I haven't really heard anything about Minnesota this season.
They saved their season. I mean, they beat the shit out of Seattle.
Cleveland,
I know that for a fact.
Oh,
They've had
they
two.
did beat Seattle.
Technically, they could be 3-0 if it weren't for a fumble and a field goal. So I could still put them in fight for your right for now, but it depends how they play Cleveland. Like if they struggle again, I think they go bound to don't give me hope.
Okay. I can dig that.
Yeah, Cleveland will never be the bad guys. They will always be an "it's my turn." Not until they win.
It's my turn is
Bowl.
solid.
Right. They will never. They'll never be the bad guys.
They have to get to a conference championship for the conversation to start.
Right. Yeah, and even then, if they lose, they would still be the lovable losers. Like, oh, next year, guys.
Next year, guys, y'all got it. You're building right. You're building good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Knowing
you're building towards something.
Usually rotate in 4-year cycles.
Yeah, and then Baker has some catastrophic injury and the window's closed. Like that's the type of shit that happens to Cleveland.
That's true.
I don't want that to happen, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, nobody wants it, but we've seen it happen already.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next up, we got New York at New Orleans.
Yeah.
Saints are minus 320 in this one.
I think. Do you think Saints are it's my turn, or do they still fight for your right? That's a tough choice.
If that loss wasn't so ugly,
true.
I might say it's my turn. I wouldn't argue against it's my turn.
Okay,
I can see either war. That's why
I can see either way. I can see either way with them.
I don't know. You're still gonna see flashes of old Jameis. Like a leopard don't change its spots.
Because when old Jameis comes out, man,
old Jameis
ugly.
Crab leg Jameis.
Crab leg Jameis. Jameis crab legs.
Cafeteria table Jameis is coming back.
Yeah, I think that I'll let him sit in there for now.
Uber riding Jameis Winston.
And we know where these guys lay. I mean, we don't need to have any more conversations about that, right? 5 points?
Yeah. Spare some change, governor.
Spare some change, governor. All right, next up.
Do you have
one?
tea and crumpets?
You have tea and crackers.
Could you spare some linemen for me? Maybe an offensive guard.
Please, sir. Please, could you spare some trash cans? John Morris beat us to death.
We'll trade you some of these worthless wide receivers.
Do you have a bath bag?
Do you have some hands? Please, hands.
Yes. Poor Evan Ingram has no hands. Poor Evan over here was born with no hands.
He was born with these tiny stubs, you see. We're looking to get him a brace.
So bad, it's spread over to Darius. All right. Let's keep moving. I could do this all night.
Next game, we got
our head
Tennessee
coach
at the Jets.
Our head coach and offensive coordinator has lost all brain function. Please donate.
Dude, the Jets
it's
aren't
not a
just
case of the willies.
Dude, Jets aren't just in spare some change, Governor. They need rehab, they need Section 8 housing, they need universal income. They need every sort of help you can get because they are garbage.
Here, wait,
they are bad.
I got
you think the
Giants
Giants
right here. This is one of those NFT team photos of the Jets right here.
No, this is an NFT team photo. It's empty. Yours at least has stuff in depth. It's empty.
I've got
actual. Not even a soul in there.
I am the Jets. There's a gum wrapper in here which represents the remaining dignity of Zach Wilson.
Ugh, poor Zach.
Hey,
he is so fucked.
They were so high on him, talking about
he's
how
boomer bust, but like they're gonna ruin him.
He's gonna be all right.
He'll be all right when he gets traded, like Sam Darnold.
True.
All right. Next up, we got Tennessee at the Jets. I mean, this is going to be. I think this is going to be. This one's going to hurt.
That's going to be a stomping.
This one's going to hurt.
That's going to be Derrick Henry taking the skull of Zach Wilson and then using it as a wine carafe to taste his beer and drink. That's what's going to happen with Zach Wilson. And also probably, I know Robert Saleh likes to eliminate explosives. No, there's going to be nothing but explosives all over that stadium.
Is there a way that the Jets score less than 0? Because they're not going to have the ball much in this game, right? I could see the final score being like 21-0 and the most lopsided 21-0 you've ever seen. Like,
oh my God, like Chicago Bears versus Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Lopsided?
Like the Titans get the ball in the second half and just run like a 15-play drive.
Plays, just
right.
dive.
And the Jets get the ball back with like
blood everywhere on the grass.
Yeah.
He's already dead.
They should just give the Jets 14 points as a mercy rule, and hopefully they can get something else and make it a little more reasonable.
Watch off 14, or this is gonna.
That's it.
Losing money.
That's all it's saying.
What's even scarier is they're gonna put 8 in the box, and they're still gonna do this too.
And they're still
cover
gonna give
0 all up.
9 yards.
Where's Greg Williams?
Oh my God. This is gonna be hilarious, but I got Tennessee. Tennessee still they're back up, and it's my turn. They've proven their worth again. They've proven.
Yeah, Derrick Henry might get tired of running people over. That he's just like,
this dude. I mean, that dude's a freak, man. He is a freak at running. I've never seen a running back that big, like not even like big. He's tall, long leg, tall, but plays with excellent leverage. Gets low.
Who's the hardest hitting defender in the league right now? Who's hitting the hardest?
Ooh. Well, who's not penalized? That's the difference.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Would you rather try to tackle Derrick Henry or get hit full on by Bernard Pollard? Like just an unloaded hit by
it's
Bernard.
It's kind of the same thing if you think about it.
Okay. But what would you rather do?
I'd rather get run over by Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I know. I could try to fake like I was trying to tackle him and just kind of get hit and just
you could just like roll through his momentum and fly off to the side.
I don't think you're getting away from Bernard though.
I'd rather get run over by a train than either or.
Because if you have the ball,
what gets to the moment of impact, you're fucked. You're like, soul gone.
I'm sorry. I keep derailing the show.
No, you're good. I like that's good. That's good comedy. Good stuff for us to yak about.
It's just
Chiefs.
comedy. All right.
Chiefs at Philly. I think Chiefs are minus 335 on this.
Yeah, Philly looked bad. Jalen Hurts has been solved, and the Dallas Cowboys, they solved him easy. And they just said, hey, we're going to play everyone. We're going to put 2 safeties deep, and you're not going to be able to throw the deep ball. Or we're going to – I'm sorry, I got it backwards.
He's going to throw it there anyways.
Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry. They're bringing everybody up into the middle. I got my coverages backwards. They can play single safety high because he's not going to throw it deep. And if he does, they'll just get it. Like his deep ball is whack.
He just lays it up there too, like. Bro, give your receiver a shot.
And the thing is, it's an ugly ball. Like Russell Wilson doesn't have a cannon arm, but he's accurate when he throws it deep. Like these things are looking like biscuits out there, and it's not pretty. I'm sure Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's made it to the NFL. He'll try to do what he can that better, but that's what happens when game.
It's what happens when you draft him with the 2nd round pick. Everyone bitched about that pick, and for good reason.
Right. And the rub on him has been make him throw it deep, and he just goes down and proves it to you. And
he's short, so he doesn't really get a great look at that deep at a lot of deep patterns anyways. I mean, he's got to make space for himself to be able to really get a good look at it.
And if he doesn't make it in the NFL, he can star in Tyler Perry movies because he does look like that smooth, like just like, I'm gonna take your girl, and you'd be like, all right, that's fine, Jalen, just take her.
Yeah, so
have her back.
Tier maker. Where are we thinking on the tier maker? I think the Eagles are at the bottom. They're bottom half of Don't Give Me Hope.
Yeah, they're still not in the complete
in the fringe
area.
They got lucky they beat Atlanta.
Yeah, unless the Giants beat them or something, then they're squarely in the trash.
Now, what about the Chiefs?
They're still the bad guys for sure. I don't even like. We saw the Billy get beat up on Sunday, and we wanted more. They're still the bad guys.
Yeah, I mean, you can't count them out at all. You can't count them out. Not even with that loss.
Yeah,
you can't even really talk about counting them out.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully Andy Reid's okay. Like,
What happened with him? What happened?
Apparently, it was dehydration.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, hopefully he is okay, but those things can add up over time. So he's apparently went back to work yesterday. So apparently all good there. Knock on wood.
So when Scooter tweets out drink water, he was just ignoring him, right? He was just like,
unfortunately, Andy Reid was not following Scoots McGroots.
He said, "Give me a Red Bull and a burger."
No, he's drinking just ground up cheeseburgers.
They're grounding the shake for him.
Mm-hmm. He's just drinking ranch dressing out of a big gulp.
No, come on. That's a Pittsburgh thing. That'd be what Bill Cowher did, not Andy Reid.
He said a damn liter of damn ranch dressing. Shit.
Sorry, that's a Pittsburgh diet, though. Liter of ranch dressing.
Just drink ranch dressing right out of the can.
It's good for your heart.
That's right.
Clears out the arteries. Shit. All right. We got next up we got Arizona at LA. Now this is gonna be this is a huge game. This is a huge
Chargers
game.
or Rams?
Rams. Cardinals at Rams. Rams are minus 235 though.
Both of these teams think it's their turn for sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like the Rams in this one. Just Matthew Stafford is like I said, he's that divorcee that got hot, and he's out there banging everything. So
he's banging everything.
Yeah, let him get his dick wet. All right.
Hey, you know what I mean? He looks like a new man out there. He's like 5 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
10 years younger.
They definitely. I feel like they're right.
You think they're in the bad guys now? Wow.
They've got their upside. I don't think they're there yet.
Ooh, okay. Overrule.
I don't know though. I think they beat Arizona, and people are going to start circling them on the calendar for sure.
Okay, let's
we got the Rams coming up.
This is the barometer game. This is the game where they measure it. This is where they measure if they're ready for it. Because really, they're not. These teams aren't very. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a huge difference in like potential and talent for both these teams. I think they're kind of around that same level of potential. But you know, the Rams are freaking like they're busting it right now. They're showing out.
Yeah.
Cardinals were showing out when they beat Tennessee, and then they kind of like got undisciplined.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of got undisciplined.
I don't think they're still. I think they still think it's their turn. Though.
They think it's their turn, but what are they? Are they fight for your right, or it's my turn? That's a hard one. Because really, I mean, look, man, look. Jacksonville was beating their ass by 9 points with nothing going on. They should have lost. Any other team, I think, minus maybe one or two other teams in the league, any other team probably wins that game against them.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. You do what you want with them. I'm still not over the fact
fight for your right.
That Kyler Murray sounds nothing like he looks. Like every time I hear him talk, like I expect him to have like a little high pitched voice, like, "Hey, I'm Kyler Murray." And he's like, "No, I'm fucking Kyler Murray." Like deep ass voice. I'm like, that's a man right there. Yeah, Kyler. Representing all the Asians. Murray. He's only half Asian, but he's representing us all.
He's repping. You know it. We'll see how that plays out, though. That's gonna be a good game to watch. I think that's gonna be a good one. Also, next up, we got Seahawks at Niners, quintessential rivalry, West Coast rivalry.
Another big game. That's a key game for Seattle. They have to right the ship.
Yeah, if Seattle loses this game, they drop a couple.
They drop the don't give me hope. I mean, they're barely fight for your right now. Barely.
Yeah, I think they're fight for your right. They're struggling.
San Fran, I think they're the same boat. Fight for your right. Mm-hmm. The only reason why they were in that game was because of officiating. They shouldn't have. That game shouldn't have been close.
No. Yeah. Ooh. So that's this. That was NFC West is just juicy.
It's very juicy.
Same thing happened last year. Very cutthroat.
Yes.
Ooh. juicy division.
Yeah, you
My
could see.
goodness.
You could see. Well, I think the Rams probably win it, but you see one of those. One of those teams is going to be last, and two of them might also be in the playoffs. So that would suck to come in last in a division where three of the teams make the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Okay, we got a $4.99 super chat from Sally98. It says the Jets are going to suffer a beating that'll make the beating Ike laid on Tina look like love taps. Wow. Okay,
Wow.
we got
All right.
we got
Let's bring domestic violence in.
Yeah.
Little dark comedy, man. Some very dark
what's
comedy.
a live stream without a little bit of without some old soap in the socks?
That's
Smack
right.
them while they're sleeping type
Little
stuff.
full metal
jacket
jacket
shit.
That it's amazing that back then, like people just accepted that Ike was beating up Tina. Like what? The
Like
fuck?
nobody said anything.
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, Ike was beating on Tina. Oh, that's fucked up." But I do love his music.
I love their music though. They make good music. You can feel the pain in it.
Yeah,
That's just what they did back then. They got drunk, they neglected their children, and beat their women. That's part of the times,
You just got away with it.
Madmen,
boys.
madmen. This is what
there was
happens.
There was no cancel culture back then. People barely found out about the bad shit.
The only cancel culture was if you killed a guy or died in a car accident.
Yeah,
buddy.
There you go.
Motherfuckers, Mickey Mantle, he was drinking in the dugout at the game.
Oh yeah, he was hardcore.
Drunk.
He was a massive drunk. They all were.
Don Drysdale, Don Newcomb would they had to find the mix of alcohol to get Don Newcomb to pitch correctly. They'd be like, all right, before the game,
3/4 vodka, one shot tequila,
right, and then one
2
shot of
Miller
bourbon.
Lights
Go
to
out there and
wash
get
it
him,
down.
Donnie. I
Guarantee you, we're looking at an no-hitter.
Nowadays, I don't think you can get away with that. You show up to practice drunk. Now, some people can
They're cutting
function
you.
though. Some people can function on alcohol. I'm always amazed by it, but I don't know. I don't know if that's something you can spot.
That's not something you. Yeah, it is. We had. I remember this was my second year in the league. Khalif Barnes was our left tackle. He played in Oakland. His last 3 or 4 years, and this cat had missed his flight to come back for OTAs. So he had actually run into Del Rio on his way out to fly out. So Del Rio knew he was out of town. And he called the facility talking about, his uncles in the hospital. He's he's got to go see him, yada, yada, yada. He shows up on Tuesday for our Wednesday OTAs. This dude literally, I'm jogging, we're doing a team period. I'm jogging over to the sideline. He's like, "Hey, Hooch, hey man, I smell like liquor." And I could smell that cat from 10 feet away. He smelled like freaking whiskey, Hennessy, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, bro, did you just get here? He's like, I just got here 7 this morning. I'm like, bro, where you been? He's like, Vegas. I'm like, bro. And you want a new contract?
Damn.
That's gonna be hard. They know you were drinking. They can smell you too. If I can smell you, I know they can smell you. He smelled like straight alcohol. He was really looking at me like, I smell like alcohol. I'm like, bruh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like somebody that gets up in the morning being like, "Does my breath stink?" Like, yes,
Yeah, it's
motherfucker.
yes. Motherfucker, what you think? You just literally
That's why you brush your
probably
teeth,
drinking
man.
on the plane.
Right. So did they do did anything come from that, or they were just like
Well, he ended up playing out his contract, didn't get re-upped. But I mean, in the OTA, but look, when I got drafted, I came in at the very tip end of that old school, late 90s, grit. Like these motherfuckers were doing shit that cats now could not handle doing. They couldn't do they had me doing shit my rookie year that I was by my 5th, 6th year, I'm looking back like,
what the fuck was I doing?
you got to be a man to do some of the shit that I've done with these cats. You get faded the entire night, literally the entire night. I got fucked up one night with Fred Taylor and Khalif and Big John Henderson. We were all at his house gambling, and we had some old hood mamas that would cook us wings, and
Right.
we called it Tear It Down Tuesday. Tear It Down Tuesday was on our day off. We had to work a full padded practice on Wednesday. My first time doing Tear It Down Tuesday, Bro, I didn't leave from Freddie T's crib till like 4 a.m, and I was straight lit. And I'm like, how am I gonna work? I showed up the next day, told these motherfuckers I had a stomach virus. I'm throwing up in the shower. Like, fuck. Laying in the damn training room all day. Like, yeah, I'm not practicing today, guys. Sorry.
And they're laughing at you.
Hey, I convinced them because Mike Tice came in. He's like, oh, man, you know, I feel you. I had a weird stomach bug last week. Yeah, so I feel you, man. I know what you're going through, man. Just get you some rest. I'm like,
you don't think
I'm like laying there like,
you don't think those dudes know? You don't think those dudes know? Come on, Mike Tyson's
my teammates.
NFL player. Some of those motherfucking coaches are crazier than the fucking players.
They might have knew, but they didn't say shit. And
Mike Tice probably had his own brand of shenanigans when he was a player too.
You know what I mean?
He probably got it.
All right, wait. Before we get to that, I gotta ask you about Mike Tice. All right, is he not all there? Like, he seems like the most basic person I've ever seen. Like, he does not say anything extra.
Bruh, Mike Tice is one of them. He is like low key. He is extremely knowledgeable on everything that has to do with schematics of football. He was like teaching us, like him and Andy Heck. They were teaching us the coverages, like how the coverages work. They were teaching us why we're running this play over here because that buzz player is only takes like this much depth on their buzz. So we run a screen out and we get the alley on him because he never gets outside the hash when he buzzes down. Like, and you know, as a lineman, when you kind of understand the coverage, then you know why some plays are targeted to go in certain spots because that's literally going at the weakness of the defense. So I mean, he was a cool motherfucker. He was real, dude. He was real. He like real talk. He's the reason why Mercedes Lewis is still playing in the NFL because he taught that cat how to run block.
Right. Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
When he was head coach of the Vikings, like he was very matter of fact and very just seemed very simple. Is the word to put it. I wouldn't say unintelligent, but he seemed very simple.
Yeah. Simple. I would say, yeah, he's just a straight football guy. He's one of those guys that football, that's been his blood. That's been his life. Right. It's just football.
Right.
So, you know, he's seen everything. All right. So next up, we got Baltimore at Denver. Denver is actually minus 115. Baltimore's minus 105.
This is
that's a big test for Baltimore and Denver too.
This is
Denver hasn't played anyone legit
for Denver.
Yeah,
Denver's coming in there thinking that they're hot shit. They about to get a dose of reality, and that is going to come in the form of Lamar Jackson running all over the place, doing shit. Like Denver has a good defense, but they have not had their scheme for Lamar Jackson. So
it's a bad matchup for them. I think
bad matchup. I think Baltimore takes this. Denver hadn't played.
I'm gonna be the contrarian. I'm gonna go with Denver because I think Denver has been more consistent as an offense, managing the game, not making big mistakes. Teddy Bridgewater has been able to lead the team that way. He's been a difference maker. Now, on the other side of that, you know, a little disruption on the O-line, a little disruption in their run game, and Baltimore is not always in the most comfortable position.
True. Baltimore played a very weak game.
Yeah,
they get streaky. They get really streaky. Yeah,
and Denver's better than Detroit. That's pretty good logic right
Easily.
There.
That's like saying that like water is better for you than cyanide.
I mean, Denver is. I'm willing to bet Denver's third down conversion rate is 10 or 15% higher than Baltimore's, and that's going to be huge because they both got defenses that are capable. I mean, Denver still has Von Miller. Let's not forget. You know what I mean?
No, the Giants didn't forget about Von Miller. He was all over them. He's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
He's like if you took a wide receiver and turned him into a pass rusher. He's just like he's that athletic at the position. It's just psycho. And he's not huge at all. He's just crafty. He's a beast.
He's got great technical skills to go along with his athleticism. Like he actually is on point with his hands. He like reads weight distribution from the lineman. I've seen him actually make a lineman lean out, lean on a feint, and then just went right inside of him.
So he's like Floyd Mayweather with pass rushing. Like he just breaks things down scientifically.
He is. He really is.
That's how you gotta be if you care about winning that much. Like you just be fucking.
You got to be a student of the shit, man. You really do. You really do. I think Baltimore for me. I feel like they are hovering between fight for your right and it's my turn, but I think fight for your right is actually more accurate because they really shouldn't have beat Detroit. I mean, they shouldn't have happened, but they did. Doesn't mean that their problems are solved, though. The issues that they got, the issues that have been showing up all season are still showing up. So I feel like it's fight for your right for them. I feel like Denver is fight for your right, but winning this game, I think, moves them into it's my turn.
Yeah. They start talking some shit. They'll have a signature.
Because then they can start talking some shit.
Yeah, you can be like, hey, you say we ain't played nobody. Well, we just beat Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that'd be a signature win for them. But I think they just get that dose of reality where they go down to don't give me hope. Because then what happens, if they start playing some tougher opponents and they start dropping those games, your faith in them is going to.
Yeah. I mean, they're one of those teams where kind of like how Jacksonville was when I was playing. We had a couple of seasons where we went on like runs, where we went on like a 6-game run. We won 6 in a row. And everybody, when you get to that 6th win in a row, is like, oh, yeah, they legit. But if you lose that next game, it's like you never won the 6.
Right.
Like you never won the 6. And that's kind of where they are, I think. So if they win this game, they're kind of a show me team right now because they haven't had the success that they were having, years ago. So they got to continue to show that they can win or they immediately will get written off. That's just kind of how it works.
Yep.
We got a super chat here. Rotsiv78, $5 super chat. He says, what week does Urban Meyer claim he has health issues and has to tap out?
I still say week 14.
What's the money pool on that?
There probably is a money pool.
I think he makes it through the year.
I think he gets through the season. I think if shit goes bad, like this level bad next year, halfway through the season, he's done.
See, but here's the thing: like he could pull some shit where they're really bad, and then pulls off like a 3-game winning streak, and he's like, "See, right in the ship," and then they're like happy with him, and maybe he starts liking the NFL a little more because he seems to hate it right now. But this is a long season; he could start digging it. I've never seen. Well, I guess Nick Saban, did he get fired or did he resign?
I think he resigned.
But he resigned after a 9-7 year. Like it was that bad for him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Urban might just not be built for the NFL. Nick Saban.
It was a good move for him. It was a good move for Nick Saban. Let's just put it that way.
It was a good move for everyone because he wasn't going to be a very successful NFL coach the way that he coaches.
Yeah, because he desires full control and like
the hard
iron fist kind of attitude.
Right.
In order,
not like Belichick. Like Belichick does it in a way where he's delegating, but he's also, like
the final say.
There's only one Belichick, right? Like he knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he doesn't come off as some controlling freak. He gets players to buy in and play hard for him, for sure.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you never really hear about any personal complaints. You might, it might be a dry way of like doing it, the Patriot way, but cats seem to vibe with it. They don't have any complaints at the end of the day. Shit, when you get in that hardware, shoot. But okay, so moving on to the next game here, we got and Tree. I'm sure you'll have something to say about this one. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. Green Bay minus 280. Pittsburgh plus 225.
Really? That's a blowout. I hope not. I mean, I don't want to hear from fucking Grossi about this.
I think it's going to be a blowout.
I think it's going to be close. The Steelers usually play close against superior competition. I don't think they win, but I think it's not going to be. I don't know, man. They've done crazier shit. It depends if the pass rush is back. It depends if Watt's back. It depends if they can get coverage or pressure on Aaron Rodgers. If you can do that, you'll be okay. But my question is the offense. Like, so Darius Smith isn't going to be playing, so that's good. But you got exposed against Cincinnati. So I don't know how to gauge that. I mean, I will put them squarely and don't give me hope right now. Squarely.
Yeah, I think they are sitting dead in the middle of don't give me hope. Because if you give me hope right now, you're going to screw me over at the end of the season.
They are the kings of the false hope. They have been kings of that for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I think that's a good way to look at it. Green Bay, you know,
they're the bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, they're the bad guys, especially if you're like all the Niners fans are going to start hating Green Bay for doing that to them.
Oh yeah.
All the teams that they leave in their wake, they get adversaries.
They get bitter. Oh yeah.
All right. So this one, obviously, NFL is going to put this out there as the freaking game of the week. Obviously, it's the return. It's the return of the king.
Yeah, it's hello from the
Tampa Bay at New England.
Yeah, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are going to make out at halftime. It's one of those
tongue
affairs.
kiss on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, there's like Dick Bavetta and Charles fucking Barkley. They're just going to fucking hug each other. It's just so weird
happier than they've ever looked.
Right. It's so weird that I get that it's, you know, the reunion game and all that, but it's so weird how they're marketing it. It's just Tom Brady going back to New England.
Yeah, he's just going to go play.
I don't think it's all about just Tom and Bill, you know.
It really ain't. It really
ain't. That's like more of a side story. It's him going back to his stomping ground.
Will he get booed? Is my
question. Way. No fucking way, dude. I don't know any fan on earth that would not take a quarterback for 20 years and 6 rings and not receive him warmly when he comes back. Like, come on.
Hey, fans are a funny thing.
New England treated Tampa by proxy, though.
I know that. I bet you the majority of the New England fan base disagrees with what the Patriots organization did. And they would love to have Tom Brady still sling. I think most fans, given the trade, would take a 7th ring with Tom Brady and him, you know, and him ending it awfully with 2 awful years. Like, I think any fan on earth would trade that
and have him not play for another team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You're getting that tree in Pittsburgh, and it's for Captain Fat Fuck, right? Like,
well, I mean, the problem is like, the problem with like the with Ben Roethlisberger, he's built up 15 years of dog shit. Nobody likes him,
right?
So it's like, and the problem is like people are gonna bury him regardless. It's not like a Matt Ryan situation where it's like he's falling off a cliff, but it's like, you know what, that sucks. I feel bad for Matt Ryan. People are burying Ben Roethlisberger, and I don't blame him for it.
Yeah,
he put players under the bus. He has too much power on the team. He had all that shit earlier in his career, the rape allegations, the motorcycle accident, a lot of stuff involving local bars. It's like,
he's been a dick. He's almost he's slightly tarnished those trophies.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly tarnished.
He still got him though. That's the thing.
Still got him.
I'll
take a tarnished one.
Yeah. I'll clean it myself. I'm fine. Like I'll get to it. Give me a tarnish. I think most fans will trade the cheating allegation, everything that came along with Tom Brady, and we would take it in a heartbeat. Hell, I was happy with Eli and his 14 years and 2 rings. Like I'm like, all right, pretty good run. Pretty good run.
Tell you what, I definitely would take a ring.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, but where do we got New England in this? I think that New England is
don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Oh yeah.
I think if they somehow manage to beat Tampa, that would be the personification of don't give me hope. Because now they're gonna be like, we're not so terrible. No, you're still terrible. They probably lost more than you won.
Pyrrhic victories, baby.
We'll see. All right. Last game on the docket. Which this one I thought would be a little bit closer. Raiders at Chargers. Chargers are minus 165. Raiders are plus 145.
Really? They're both in the fight for your right category, or it's my turn.
I think the Chargers feel like it's their turn. They've got Justin Herbert. The one thing is that I used to do this like charting and make up my own data and measurements. Like the one trend that I've discovered in Hall of Fame quarterbacks is their first year of really taking over, first or second year, the impact on the team that they had from the year before. It's almost axiomatic that Hall of Fame quarterbacks took a terrible team and made them instantly winners in either their first or their second year. Eli Manning did it. Peyton Manning took a terrible team. I think Dan Marino did it. Very few were like Ben Roethlisberger. But Ben Roethlisberger, when he took over, I think Pittsburgh was coming off a
Aaron Meyer. They were a losing season, yes.
So even Ben Roethlisberger fits the criteria of that. And I think Justin Herbert is going to fall into that category. If
it looks like it
this year, like not only did he look fucking amazing in a 6-9 year, this will be his first full year. I'm thinking 11 or 12 wins for this team. Like he is following the arch of what a Hall of Fame quarterback generally starts their career on. Even Russell Wilson too.
I think Philip Rivers is kind of the same way. Yeah, no, I said it when I watched him last year. I was like as a lineman, I'm gonna be dead honest. As a lineman, I know if my quarterback's any good. Linemen generally know if the quarterback is really gonna be the real deal.
Right.
Like there were, in my time, I mean, again, I played in Jacksonville, but we had a good quarterback in David Garrard. Like I knew that David Garrard was gonna make plays when he had to make them.
Right.
I knew that he could make plays.
Right.
I knew that he knew how to use our blocks to give himself time. He didn't go against he never panicked in the pocket. It never felt like he was trying to figure it out. He was always, he knew where he wanted to go, and he may not, be on target, every time, but he knew how to get the yards if he had to get them. And you could count on it. With Blaine, with Chad Henne, never felt that way. Never felt that way for a moment. I was like, this is a fucking train wreck. Well, let's just get our PFF stats going.
Right. And don't you want to block harder for the guy that's going to make plays, right? You want to you're like, all right, I know that I can ride with this guy. So if I extend this play a little bit longer, he's going to complete the play. And if it's somebody that's garbage, you're like, the outcome is not going to change.
Yeah, you already know. I mean, dude.
Right.
It's crazy how you I already knew when it was when we had what was his name? McCown was our quarterback.
Oh,
and then we barely beat Tennessee in week 1, and I was like, this is not going to work. This cat is not going to be. He's not going to be a quarterback here. And then by week 3, he throws 3 pick sixes in a row against the Jets, and then Blaine comes in, and it's even. I mean, I'm like,
and Blaine that makes literally you look
like,
bad.
Bruh, I don't know what I'm doing here. I just got here last week. I have no idea. And so you just know. And and this cat, I knew as soon as I saw him playing, going toe-to-toe with Tom Brady and looking confident and looking like he's doing it with ease. I was like, okay, this dude's gonna be for real. Like you can see it in how he's playing. So for these guys, I feel like Chargers, for this week they got to go in here because they beat Kansas City head up.
Yeah.
And they got a tough matchup though.
It's a tough one.
They're going to be a team that's going to fight.
I think the Chargers are the better team, but they haven't shown, the ability to get out in front and stay there and make it easy on themselves. So then it becomes, especially in a division game, a 50-50, I think.
Yeah, it's
there's no way. I'd have to flip a coin on this one. I can't really.
I think for this week, they both sit in here.
Yeah, that's where I would. I don't care what the line is. I
don't care what the line is for this week.
This is a stay away.
This is a statement game. This is literally going to be a statement game for the winner of the game, for whoever wins it.
Yeah,
whoever wins that game. Yeah.
Oh, show.
Well, all right, everybody. We have got our predictions and our tier maker for week 4 in the NFL. Do appreciate my special co-hosts here, 5 Points Vids and Urinating Tree, for being on. You guys are the shit. Make sure you check out their channels. Most of you already do, so it's nothing new. I am your observer lineman Uche Waneri. We are going to wrap it up with this tonight. We will see you again next Wednesday, same time, same place, for our NFL tier maker. Hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.